little more somber since the week that caused us to proclaim general war. The night I first met Winnie the Pooh, I sat in the tasting house and heard the chef unpack the last of the poison upon his quiet dinner table.
Yum!
There is, of course, no perfect setting at which the neural net churns out a sensible yet non-repetitive first lines. There are just varying shades of general awfulness interspersed with accidental brilliance. No matter how much you're struggling with your novel, at least you can take comfort in the fact that AI is struggling even more. I generated all the sentences in the neural net above, all of the sentences above using generic it as the prompt at the neural net had to build on. It would usually go on to generate another 20 to 30 sentences at a time. But although the sentences are independent from, or in my training data, GPT-2 is used to large blocks of text that all go... I think something's missing here. GPT-2 is used to large blocks of text that go together. Oh, used to. Like, it's comfortable with. It's used to large blocks of text that go together. The result is, if I prompt it instead to say a line from Harry Potter fanfic, the neural network will tend to stick with that vein for a while. To read the results, enter your email here. And I have a few thousand unfiltered examples of neural net generated lines on the GitHub repository, where I have the original crowdsourced dataset. I might have to look at that on my own time. And then the one that I know you're looking forward to. Finest Pies.
Oh, no!
People wonder about what it would be like if a super intelligent AI decided to place all of humanity in a realistic simulation. I wonder what it would be like if the simulation were built on today's AI instead, whose computing power is somewhere around the level of an earthworm's. Specifically, what would pies be like? In 2017 and 2018, I gave increasingly powerful neural networks about 2,000 names of existing pie recipes, and their imitations included caribou meringue, Murs tartless tart, and cranberry yaz. But there are now the picture of its cranberry yaz is just a pie that says yas above it.
Oh yeah, that was some good damage I tanked there.
But there are now even more advanced neural nets, including GPT-2, many times larger than
Oh, you're dead already? Oh no.
Scary tornado.
Oh no, she's the boy. Oh, oh no! Oh.
She ran into the wall and died.
Just like the
the turtle.
Just like the turtle.
Yep.
So yeah, she dies really quickly if you just tank the rain.
Let's see here. But there are now even more advanced neural nets, including GPT-2, many times larger and pre-trained on millions of pages of the internet.
Really? Oh, this is a small level, maybe? Unless I misread it. I think I do. Defiler of taboos.
When I used GPT-2 Simple to train the smallest version of GPT-2 on a list of pies, even it was able to come up with some plausible yet highly repetitive pies. Many copied from the list I gave it.
Oh yeah, it's this level.
I can't blame it for being a smartass and giving me the pies right back. Technically, this is a perfect solution to the task of name some pies.
Oh, one enemy just doesn't spawn.
Good. I have ways of messing with the neural net, however. One thing I can do is increase the chaos level of the text it's generating. In this case, it's called the temperature, forcing it to go with less likely guesses. Another thing I can do is give it weird text to complete. Weird text to complete. When I'm asking it to generate more text, I can give it a few example pies and then ask it to add to the list. The original list of pies I showed it was alphabetical, so if
I'm gonna kill myself so I can get that armor.
So if I give it apple pies, it tends to respond with more apple pies. Or, I can give it much weirder text. If I give it a bit of Harry Potter fanfiction, it draws on the previous training and can continue the story. But similarly to the version of GPT-2 I trained on crochet patterns, it tends to twist the stories around to its special interest. In this case, pie. Harry glared at Snape, was the prompt. Harry glared at Snape. No, I'm not even talking to the boy here. You're talking about the duplicate. Fine, then I'll get the rest of the ingredients. So then they got canned fruit and whipped cream 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 and whipped cream.
Yum.
But one thing was for sure, there was no trace of rum. There was.
You bet I will.
Prompt. Voldemort ran his fingers gently over Darth Vader's shoulder. Oh god. Voldemort ran his fingers gently over Darth Vader's shoulder. Custard. Custard. Once it has steered the conversation, the neural network transitions into listing pies, although some of them are retain a certain flavor. Voldemort crumble pie. Mudblood mincemeat pies. Snape pie with cheese.
I don't want it.
And its other pies are indeed more creative. Definitely not found in the original training set. They don't sound exactly delicious to me, but maybe this advanced artificial intelligence knows some things we don't.
So is Dentalian.
After all...
Snape pie with cheese.
Yeah, after all, it read most of the internet, including the cooking blogs. Hot and sour apple pie. Caramelized zucchini nog. Nachos from maple syrup pie. Syrupy chicken pie. Caramel crunch crunch.
Apparently you're invincible.
Did you hear that one?
Yes.
Mustard raisin pie. Peach pickle pie.
Oh, I'm not going up there.
Pie bro from Pizza Particles.
Pie bro.
Iceberg chiffon pie. Famous.
Oh. Oh.
One up.
Oh. Well, I got a 1 up. Technically worth it.
Yeah, because you...
I lost a fourth of a life.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm gonna let Gibble do this, as I should have done before.
And just ignore it completely.
Well, yeah, when you do a Flappy, that's... Oh no. I have more dutes.
Finger-to-finger meringue pie.
I don't like that.
Spiced coconut pizza chiffon pie.
I don't understand that.
On the other hand, maybe, just maybe, the neural net doesn't know what it's doing. These seem like uniformly a bad idea.
Yeah, Snape pie with cheese. Oh.
Fog crust pecan pie.
Hi, I don't know what to do about you. I like you.
Tweezers, olives, and seafood apple pie.
Oh no, Tweez!
Oh, you shouldn't realize that until just now. Frozen custard pie with 3 galore.
3 what? 3 dollars?
No, frozen custard pie with 3 glorious chilies. Half-ton pie crust. Fog crust pecan pie. Pumpkin ear pie. Onion cassette pie.
I don't know what that is.
Tweezers, olives, and seafood apple pie. It recommended it again.
I mean, tweezers, yum.
Frog fudge pie. Ice egg pie. Bedtime oil tart.
Oh, it's Titania. Bye. Oh, hello.
Half-tooth nail pie. Frozen custard...
God, I hate gravity so much.
I think that she accidentally duplicated some, because this also has frozen custard pie with 3 glorious chilies.
Oh no.
Must fail pecan almonds with pecan almond crust. Beef and cheese fried Ronald McDonald's walnut chocolate pie. These neural net inventions might be okay if we knew what they actually were. At the very least, approach with caution. Apple wool pie. Brandy wine schnotches. Pumpkin pie dough. Oh no. O-N-O-E. Oh no.
N-O-E is a little bit better, actually.
Cow-dee-doo pie.
Oh no.
That might be my favorite on the list.
What was the whole thing?
Pumpkin pie dough. Oh no. Dried and squared pumpkin pie. Morgue pie. Temptation to fill a beef pies.
Pie dough. Oh no.
Woolly winkle pie.
Oh, that's bad.
Vinegar pie. Meat pie, asterisk, asterisk. Stimulant cherry pie.
Oh no.
Deep dish curb and spoon pie. Standard apples and moolah. My meat crust, parentheses, might as well. These particular examples seem to have outed themselves as the work of a less than wholly competent AI. Vessel with raisin bran.
Oh no.
It's crunchy famous. Pie crust. Spinach friend, in parentheses.
Spinach or spinach?
Spinach.
Oh.
Spinach friend. Food and flavors whoopie pie. Valet restaurants chompin' park pie. Medieval pastries with liquid crystal. Tomato/banana pie as eye layered. Mr. Robot's sweet potato pie.
Why is that funny?
Fluffy cheese pie number 2 by Best Makes Cherry to Eggs. Ah, so good and easy meat pie. That sounds plausible.
Uh-oh, here we go. Who is it? Oh, not you.
Scheduled coconut cream pie.
Really?
Oh, you fight him twice?
Looks that way.
But why? What? Standard pie, panties and puff pastry. Smiled and cheerful Thanksgiving pie, famous.
I like the famous.
Tart bar, oral pie.
What?
And Robocoin pie.
Okay, no, he's not tough. He's just utterly terrifying, just like in Rondo. I can't believe you made me fight him again for no reason. It was a different painting, but still.
Just to make... that one was a Vega.
What?
Cowboy Ego.
Oh.
Everything still tastes like salad. Everything still tastes like salad.
I hate my neck.
We'll get a different one.
See, I don't understand the pathways in this game.
I don't either. Don't ask me. I don't know.
You know what? God damn it, I didn't snap to the stairs.
Alright,
but it's a good place to check.
first line of a novel by an improved algorithm, or improved neural network. This is the earlier one. Earlier that month that this came out, I tried training an algorithm called a neural network to generate the first line of a novel. It didn't go so well. A neural network learns by example, looking at the database of things, paint color names, beer or craft beer names, Halloween costumes, and trying to figure out how to imitate it. The problem was I didn't have many example first sentences to give the neural network, and supplementing with winners from a first opening sentence contest didn't help matters. As an example, stop. I caused the Nargoo's man, who was new to Alabama, the screaming constipated eggs. So I asked my readers for help. I asked people to enter the first line of a novel or short story they had handy, even their own. And folks, you've made me and the neural network very happy. Total number of entries, 11,135.
Good God.
Here are the most frequently entered lines. It was a nice day. Shadow had done 3 years in prison. In a hole of the ground there lived a hobbit. The primroses were over. The sky above the port was the color of television tuned to a dead channel. We slept in what had once been the gymnasium. The body...
I'm angry.
The body lay naked and face down, a deathly gray, spatters of blood staining the snow around it. It is a truth universally acknowledged that the single man in the possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. All children, except one, grow up. That makes me think of Undertale, and that makes me sad. It was a pleasure to burn. Far out in the uncharted backwaters, the unfashionable end of the western spiral arm of the galaxy, lies the small, unregarded yellow sun, which I think is the first line of Hitchhiker. Let's see here. Most frequently entered authors: Terry Pratchett, Neil Gaiman, Douglas Adams, Arthur Conan Doyle, Diana Wynne Jones, Isaac Asimov, William Gibson, Lois McAllister Bujold, Philip K. Dick, Stephen King, Jack Vance, Jane Austen, and Carissa Johnson. Note that the misspellings and variations aren't counted. Ursula Le Guin and J.R.R. Tolkien would have easily made the list if the spellings were more standardized. This crowdsourced database was quite wide-ranging indeed, from Star Wars stories to Chuck Tingle to a surprising amount of My Little Pony fanfiction. Take a guess when this was made. The latest version of the database is here. With the original database, or with my original dataset added, I ended up with 10,096 unique lines, except for typos. I use the same neural net as last time, an open source neural net that, somewhat usually, uses syllables as its building blocks. The first results showed, if not promised, then at least evidence of a high number of My Little Pony stories in the data set.